Hi, this is Elizabeth and Ailton Brewington with Discover Bright Side, and we are so excited to have two authors in the studio today. We have Joseph S. Sanchez, and he's giving away some great stuff. So stay tuned so we can explain to you how to get this brand new book. Um, so Joseph is an adjunct professor, he's an entrepreneur, and he's written 7 books. The books are to help you transform your life. Reinvent Yourself is his latest book, and we hope that you will get the free download, which is going to be active on Amazon this week only. But after that, you can go on his website, Penman Media LLC, and get a weekly blog as well as be informed on when he's giving away his next book, because he is giving away another one in October. So without further ado, I also have with me Ethan King, who's a TEDx speaker. And Ethan has transformed not only his life, but he has mentored and helped many, many entrepreneurs with their businesses as well. And he's a great guy to know. And he has written an amazing book, which he's going to tell you before that. I'd like to now introduce you to Elton Brewington, who is the co-host for Discover Brightside, as he will do the interview. So over to you, Elton.
Well, greetings, everyone. We're so happy to have you join us and good to see you all. And we're excited about today's program on this Saturday. We have spent a few hours of time trying to cultivate the right platform and formula so that when you present us and tell our audience what you're doing and involved with, that we can make sure that they get a full description and a full view. And so, what an amazing time, what an amazing day. And we are so delighted to have you join us and be a part of today's program. With that being said, Ethan, this is the first time you've seen what we do. Joe's old hat. So, come on, share with us, Ethan, where you are and what you do.
Hey guys, I am based out of Atlanta, Georgia,
Uh-huh.
and I am a longtime entrepreneur. Been an entrepreneur for 22 years, multiple businesses in the screen printing and embroidery space, Zeus's Closet, Stuff for Greeks. But I most recently published the book ChatGPT to Double Your Business in 90 Days because I'm all about helping the small business owner have an advantage because we are the lifeblood of this country. And a lot, we've all heard about ChatGPT, just came out to the public in 2022, but most people don't know how to unleash it. It has massive power, and most people use it like a toy or like a glorified search engine. So I wrote this book to explain how we've been using automation. We've actually been using automation since 2011, and we've implemented AI on top of that so that we can do more with less. We've actually been able to double the size of our business with about half the staff.
That's an awesome perspective. This is an amazing time for small business, an amazing time in this country for small business, and what it means and represents for growth. And while we convey and discover those aspects, we also wanted to look at and review what the prospects for international business look like. Because I mean, I say all the time that if 30 to 45% of American corporations would have discovered or considered international growth in business, we probably might not have had the meltdown or the small or diminished growth that we experienced in 2008. But with that being said, wonderful. Thanks for being with us, Ethan.
Thanks for
And
having me. Pleasure to be here.
yeah. And Joe, share with us, please. Joe.
Yes. What? My books or my theme in general? What is the question?
Oh, the question, I'm sorry. I just want you to introduce yourself to the audience. I mean, I know you've been with us for a while, and we thank you for joining us today. Uh, Pardon me if I want to help uncover for you new
Doctor,
audience. Mhm.
yeah, I've done a couple of these and basically talk about the books that I put out. And essentially, as I was saying earlier, my whole theme from the beginning is to help people. help people not make the mistakes that I made and see areas where someone can improve their efficiency, and home life, at work, and what have you. And again, we all need to tweak and make changes over a period of time. Nothing stays the same. If you were to look at your life 5, 10 years ago and look at it today, I bet you there's a lot of things that are different. And what have you done to adjust and be able to take advantage of the advances and what have you? So that's what I try to do. And with my weekly blog, I more or less provide more information to supplement what I've already written, and will continue to write in the future. So that's where I'm coming from.
Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate that. You know, my perspective with business. I'm Elton Brewington, and we're the owners and founders of Discover Brightside, among the few other elements and entities that we have cultivated and developed. But you know, I mean, and it's a wonderful thing. They tell me when you do what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. You know, because you are just so excited about what that represents. I also discovered that Kentucky Fried Chicken owner, yeah, he started his business when he was 64, 65 years old. This is at the point of retirement. And he discovered, man, that I mean, I have a recipe that nobody else has. And when each of us can wake up in the morning and I have something that everybody needs and would love to have, and I have an item that I want people to take it, just test it. Just test it. And so when people buy excitement, you know, they buy excitement. When they see the enthusiasm and zeal and excitement in your eyes, they say, man, this is really amazing. And so I want each of us to capture the thrill, capture the buzz, and catch fire. Catch fire. I don't care how old you are either. I don't care what age you are. You see my gray hairs, you know. Hey, life is good. And I'm just gonna, you know, run till I can't run no more. So, yeah. Yeah. So I want us to today, we've got this few minutes and the people that are on the line with you. And I want the messaging that we go out and go forth with this afternoon to be one of zeal, enthusiasm, and excitement. And so but also as Ethan has said, we also have to adapt. We have to adapt to new technologies, new skills, and be open to learning. You know, I had a teacher, and I miss her. She just recently passed. She was 96 years old. And one thing about her, I'll tell you her name, Ernestine Wooten. I just want to remember her, but she was 96 and she could always learn. Always learn. And when you get to the point where you're, you know, whatever age you are, and you're still programming yourself to learn, to learn, to learn. And you can't learn it all. You can't learn it all, but you can learn what you can learn, and nobody can take away from you what you've learned. And so I want to show that enthusiasm, the excitement, and also what the skill set represents for us and down the road. And so I don't know what that will be like when you become a centurion, when you just, how can I continue to learn? How can I be excited about learning? So as a matter of fact, this Chat GPT, which is a whole new territory, a new area, and online learning and online programming and AI, wow. So I guess that's what's before us. So if you would be so kind as to kind of open up the door for that with us, Ethan, then we'll try to catch up. I guess you look to be the youngest of us here. I guess I don't know. Maybe Joe's got some hidden secret that he'd like to share with us.
Yeah,
So-
I just want to
You guys look pretty young.
that's up to what you said. that what I've been saying, you know, I'm always rattling off sayings, but the Greeks have a saying: a fish rots from the head first, and that's kind of the same with humans. Once you retire, let's say, and I've seen people in my life retire in good health and basically take it easy, and they don't last too long.
Yeah.
And you have a purpose in the morning,
Yeah.
and you have to, or you need some stress in your life.
Yeah.
You can't stay home and play golf and whatever. That doesn't work.
Yeah. So,
So that's
so
all.
if there's something that we can share with our audience and group here today about your enthusiasm and your excitement, and because I mean it's okay to get up and go to work every day, and you do your job and you do it well, but it's really quite fascinating when you do it with the level of excitement, enthusiasm, and also when you reach a point where you're an expert. You're an expert. I mean, you mean you say that you've learned and you keep on learning. You don't stop and say, okay, I've learned all that I can learn. Even as with a degree, you learn and you get to the point where, okay, I've got a level of education. But you see, there's more that you can still consume.
Absolutely.
There's more that, I mean, and there are aspects of things that haven't been written down. And that, even when it comes to a program, you've learned aspects of a program that nobody else knows. Nobody else, and only because of your experience and your appetite for capturing that information and elements of the information. So and this chat GPT, it presents areas and aspects that you can learn about things, and also AI, because that's a whole new territory. Oh man, what a territory! When you talk about predictions and things like that, AI, and oh my goodness, that's in the great beyond. Territories of the mind and territories of the future and territories of prediction. Okay, so, and if you don't mind, and also let me share with you this, that Joseph is a sponsor, and we're so thankful for you being a part of our program today, Joseph Sanchez, and I'm excited by your brilliance and understanding, and you keep on moving, you keep on opening doors, and you kind of remind me of the person who says, "Oh, that's an open door. It's not open. Let me see what I can do to open this door." I mean, and you learn, and then when somebody says to you, "Oh, that door won't open," it won't. Okay, that's only because we haven't come to understand what's behind the door. What's behind the door. So it's just the three of us. So we're gonna, man, let's make these few minutes explosive, explosive, and I'm excited about that prospect, explosive. You know how you come to be around and with people and their intelligence, because we can, and if we don't have all the information, we can surely ask some new questions. And what does it say? When you don't ask the questions, you can't get the answers. But if you ask the right questions, you're bound to discover some new things. So, and I don't know much about Chat GPT. I do know that it's an opportunity. Now, I've spent a little time doing some research with NVIDIA, and they are a great firm. I just know that their stock shares are just blowing out the water. Their stock shares are just blowing out the water. And I was just before investing, before I discovered, let me find out a few more things. And I mean, I love making money. And so I'm sure that looks like each of you do, and who's it I was watching? Somebody asked somebody asked Kevin Hart in the interview. He said, "Are you a billionaire yet?" Because I mean, you see him on just about every new movie, and I'm wondering how does he get to be on all these new movies? And so, but he's the go-to. And so let's take, and I'm going to just formulate this environment where we can start to ask some formulative questions and frame a learning a curve, frame a learning curve, and now I don't know what those questions might involve. And I'm just starting to use consistently. In fact, I can't even make claims to that I'm using Chat GPT on a regular basis. Perhaps, Ethan, you can share with us details about that. You've written the book. Tell us about what you know in a brief spill on what you know about Chat GPT.
Oh man. If there's anything I need to share with someone who's just getting started with ChatGPT, it's this. Don't just use ChatGPT right out of the box. Now, you can, of course, you can go to chatgpt.com, you can ask it to do anything, and it will do it. But don't use that information. Like if you ask it to write a blog post for you, don't just copy and paste that onto your blog because it's going to sound very generic. ChatGPT will make up things a lot of times just to like fill in the blanks. We call that hallucination. So you don't want to put something out there and then you look like you're being fraudulent or inauthentic. So instead, what I teach people to do at the very beginning of the book, ChatGPT to Double Your Business in 90 Days, is how to train your ChatGPT to sound just like you, to think like you, and to sound like you. And there are two things that you need to do. First, you need to tell it all about yourself. If you're a business owner, tell it the name of your business, what your core values are, what it is that you do, your background, how you started, where you're headed. The more information you can tell it about yourself, the better. And then you put this in your custom instructions. In your settings in ChatGPT, there are custom instructions. So you put about yourself in the top box of your custom instructions. And then go back to ChatGPT and ask it, tell it that you want it to analyze your speaking style and your writing style, because you want it to analyze your writing and speaking style to create custom instructions for ChatGPT. So you're going to ask ChatGPT to write custom instructions for itself. And then it'll say, okay, and then you can feed examples of your writing. So if you have a book, that's perfect. The more content you can give it as examples, the better. So if you have speeches out there, if you've been a guest on a podcast, you can get the transcript and copy and paste those into ChatGPT as examples of your writing and speaking style. And then it will give you back a description of how it interprets how you write and speak. So you can take that description, go back to your custom instructions, put it in the second box, and hit save. So now it knows all about you. It knows how you write and speak. So now that will affect the output of your chats so that it looks and sounds, so that it thinks and sounds just like you. And I do this all the time. If you really craft those custom instructions to a T, you can have ChatGPT generate output. And I've done this many times. You can put it in an AI content detector, which there are hundreds of them out there on the web, and it will come back almost 100% human generated, even though ChatGPT wrote it for you. But that's because you had your ChatGPT customized for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Hold on one second. Joe, would you? You went kind of in the shadow, and I want to see your face, the definitions. So okay, so that's good.
I'm listening to you quite intently, Ethan, because I've used basically sales literature for myself and at work. So what I would imagine what you just said is in your book, correct?
Oh yes, yes. The book starts with that because to me that's the foundation of using AI correctly and responsibly, and it's what's going to give you the leverage to implement AI throughout your whole business. It's called ChatGPT to Double Your Business in 90 Days because I take people through 90 different practical steps. Each day is one step. So you read it, you stop, and you actually do it, and then spend time because you're gonna go deep down a rabbit hole. And so spend time exploring day one, and then go to day two and do that activity. And these are practical things. So it's not just ChatGPT; it's ChatGPT in conjunction with other AI and automation tools that will help you 10x your business. I say double your business very modestly. I think after 90 days, you could probably almost 10x your business, depending on where you are and what type of field you're in.
Wow. Is this one of those
Yep.
areas where you double your money every day?
Yeah, that's what we're going, exponential growth, right? That's what we all want.
Okay.
And I truly believe if you apply these principles,
Uh-huh.
then you can have exponential growth.
Wow.
Now the tools will change. So
Is
Say
the
again?
book available?
yeah, the book's available on Amazon. But if you get it
Online.
through my website, then you actually get a free copy of the ebook with it. And it's also cheaper on my website. So on my
Okay.
website, you get the paperback book, and it's huge. It's a workbook, and you get the free ebook, and you get free updates. So whenever I update the ebook, you're going to automatically get it sent to your inbox.
Wow,
And
Ethan.
what's your web address?
EthanKing.com, EthanKing.com.
That's exciting,
Yeah.
Ethan. That's really exciting, man.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
by making sure or isolating that aspect of doubling, tripling, and 10xing your income by practicing your philosophy, you've shared with us some vital and important growth information, and we
Absolutely.
appreciate that. And will get behind the growth of your book and book sales because you've shared that information with us. Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah. Everybody, I encourage you to try it out, and feel free to shoot me a message or an email. But yeah, I really believe in democratizing this, try to level the playing field, because most of us who are entrepreneurs, we're authors, we're small business owners. Most of us didn't have, parents to give us $1 million to get started. We didn't have investors. We
Yeah,
didn't
that's true.
have,
That's true.
maybe I didn't have any formal business training. I was an art major in college. So I try to definitely pass back any knowledge that I have, anything that helps me get a leg up, because I want to help my fellow entrepreneurs have a leg up as well.
Okay. So, what will be, in terms of this growth agenda, what will be the toughest aspect of this agenda that you formulated here? Is it the consistent aspect of practicing your principles, or getting a handle on what your principles are?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Mhm. What happened? We lost Ethan?
You lost it?
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. Find his book.
Huh?
All right, let me just
Sometimes it's-
stop. Let me just stop recording for a minute. One sec.
I